Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to another video. So in this video, we'll be taking another look at another section of the Baoma community. As you guys will definitely can tell from the background that is exactly where I am. But in today's video, we'll be special look at the more hilly parts or the more hilly sections of the Baoma community. As you guys will definitely know, this particular way leads directly to the Mechkem junction, and of course if you use that particular way and go all the way to that particular side, you will go to the other part or the other section of the Baoma community, which of course you guys definitely know that we have done an exploration of that particular side or that particular area. But our focus today will be this particular way, as you guys are seeing. So this is the route that we are going to use and ultimately make way all the way up to the hilly sections, and if possible there is a way atop those hilly parts or those hilly sections that would directly lead us to exactly where we stopped or where we started that particular video of the exploration of the junction at the MMCET road or at College Road. But as you guys are seeing it, this is the route that this particular video will take, or this is the focus for this particular video, as we are not only going to look at the more flat sides, if I can say. We are focusing on these hilly parts or these hilly sections of the Baoma community, as I am heading to a section or an area called Kailan, which is located at the very top or at the very extreme end of the hilly section of the Baoma community. But as always, we'll stand here and then just try to take you guys back so you guys know exactly where we started the vlog. So just like I told you guys, right there is the way that leads to, or that leads directly to, the Mechkem junction, and of course that other side is exactly where is the Baoma side or the other section of the Baoma community, and of course those hilly sides right there as we continue with the video. So again, welcome and thank you guys for coming along. So by now you guys will definitely know that this is a different video today, as most of our videos we have been focusing on the more flat land or the more flat sides of the country, but today we are taking a look at these hilly parts or this hilly section, so you guys will definitely know exactly how it is at this particular sections, as exactly where I told you guys that we are heading for, which is the Kailan, which is another area that is located somewhere around these hilly parts. If we stand there, we'll be able to see different parts or different sections of the Peninsula Highway, and such areas include Adonkia, Ogu Farm, and of course other areas. But as always, we'll stand here again, take you guys back and show you guys the view from this angle, as we are definitely not able to zoom in, but you guys definitely get the picture or the idea, as this is the hilly part So standing here, this is the hilly part or the hilly section of this particular area, which is the Baoma community, the upper sections. But if I can zoom in, you guys will definitely see the view from this particular side, the Aberdeen coast right there, as we try to pan the camera around, so you guys definitely get a feel of exactly how the view is from this particular angle as we continue with the video. And hopefully, so those all other areas, just like I described to you guys, is the other section of or the hilly part of the Baoma community, as this is also the other side or the other section of the Baoma community. But this is a section called Kailan, but we are not there yet, as we just have to walk a few steps from here, and immediately after we've cleared this hill is exactly where that particular area is. So we've started the video from there, and we'll try and make our way around or by using these back roads, just to show you guys that there is a whole view, a whole lot of community, as most of the time that we usually do the explorations of these main highways or these other parts of the western side of the country. We usually pan the camera to these hilly parts or these hilly sections, but in today's video we'll be trying to get an up close and personal view of this particular site or this particular area as we continue. So this is exactly where we are, as this is the Kailan side. It's exactly where we are right now as I continue to pan the camera around and show you guys exactly. So there is exactly where we came from, and zooming in, that is the view from there, and of course all around. So we are here. So this is Kailan, and of course, for a recap or directions, and using the eastern part as the example, if you're coming from that particular side, the target destination is Lumbly. Of course, you take any means or form of transport and target 7th Battalion or the Mechkem Junction, as that is exactly where you stop, and immediately there are bikes that usually take you all the way to this particular location, which is Kailan Kotbari. And of course, you guys will definitely see those construction projects ongoing right there, a foundation of some sort. But and of course, if we can stand here just to give you guys the view, there are sections, some sections around there called Dudu, and of course you guys are seeing it, as you guys will definitely see that all those areas there are access roads that have been carved out. So you guys will definitely see those hilly parts or those hilly sections right there, as I really had a hard time in deciding to do this particular video, because I had really wanted to go to that other side, that Dodo section that I am showing you guys right now, but I decided to do this particular one, as maybe some other time we'll find another area or another location, if possible. We'll try and use that particular side or that particular area as you guys are seeing it right there. But we will continue to push the video. So I know by now you guys will definitely know that this is the more inner part or the inner sections of this particular area, but there are roads, or there are access roads that leads all the way to these various areas. And again, if I can stand here and just give you guys a feel or a view from this particular side, just to let you guys know that some of these communities, the access roads are individually being carved out and paved by the inhabitants or those that have properties around those particular sites or those particular areas right there. As of course, there is exactly where we came from, and the view from those hilly parts or those hilly sections right there. As we continue with the video and hopefully try to push it as further and further as we can. So this is the view from this particular side. So that particular area, there is a section down there called Dodo, and of course from this particular angle you can also see other areas that are beyond that particular area as we continue. So we will try and get as up close and personal as we can with some of these views or some of these areas, as this is the Kailan side of the Goderich community. And of course right here again, if I can zoom in and show you guys all those areas right there, the Laka beach, the number 2 beach all the way, and those other sections right there as we continue with the video. So taking you guys back to show you guys that that is exactly where we came from, and this is exactly where we are as we continue with the video. So this is the route that we are going to take and hopefully push the video as further as we can. So you definitely tell that these are the more remote parts or the remote sections of this particular area, which is the Baoma community. So this is La High Drive, it goes all the way there. So we are still at Kailan Kotbalari, and of course this particular way, if we use this particular route as you guys are saying it, it will lead us to the same Adonkia, which is another section located at the Goderich community. But this particular area also, as you guys are saying it, will also lead us to the same destination, but this particular way is more of a footpath as it is not bike friendly. So this is the route that we are going to use and hopefully try and head for that particular destination, as today we are definitely exploring the hilly parts or the hilly sections of the Goderich community. So again, I am still at the Kailan Kotbari section of the Baoma community, but we are definitely pushing further and further and trying to leave that particular area behind. So again, for those of you guys that may not know, we started the video at the Baoma community. Just to let you guys know, that is exactly where we started the video, and we are at this particular side or this particular area. So if I can take you guys back so you guys know exactly where we came from. So that is exactly where we came from, and this is exactly where we are. So just panning the camera around, and a recap: we are exploring the back roads or the hilly sections of these hilly communities located at Goderich. Okay, ma. No, ma. Now video I do for YouTube. So as you guys, yes, ma. As you guys heard, it's one of the inhabitants of this particular area. She is advocating for the roads to be paved, and I deliberately decided to do this particular video because most of you guys, you only like to see the fancy parts or the fancy areas. That is exactly why when I did that particular video yesterday, so giving you guys the view from this particular side or this particular angle, so zooming in so you know exactly how it is from this particular side or this particular angle. So that those other areas are part of the Goderich community, and we are slowly leaving Kailan and approaching the Adonkia community. So zooming in further so you guys will definitely see the view from those other sections right down there, as this is the route that we are going to use and ultimately try and locate the main road, just so you guys get a feel of some of these back roads located right here. So this is the route that we used, and that is exactly where we came from as we continue with the video. So coming back to the topic that I was explaining to you guys usually fancy the nice paved roads and all, but today's video is different. So you guys will definitely see that some of these parts or these up and coming areas are definitely not paved, and most of these roads, just like I showed you that other part that I think where the Dodo community is located, you definitely see that some of these access roads were individually paved by some of the inhabitants of that particular community. So that just tells you that not all the areas that are located in the western parts of the country are fortunate to be tarred, especially these hilly parts or these hilly sections where exactly we are. But again, we'll stand here and just try to take you guys back so you guys know exactly where we are. So there is the view from this particular side or this particular angle, and of course, since we started, you'll definitely not get tired of seeing the amount of new construction projects around this particular side. So again, a recap: we are at the hilly parts or the hilly sections at Goderich, and of course we are at Adonkia, if I'm not mistaken, because we've definitely left the Kailan section of the Baoma community, and there is exactly where we came from. And of course, panning the camera around to this particular side so you guys know exactly where we are as we continue to push the video further and further, taking you guys to these back roads so you definitely get a feel and get up close and personal with some of these hilly sections or these hilly parts of the western area or the hilly part of the Goderich community as we continue to push the video as further as we can. But again, take you guys right here, and of course this new construction project right here as we pan the camera around so you guys will definitely get a feel of the view from this particular side. I think that is the legend Mohamed Kalon's soccer field right there, if I'm not mistaken, as we continue with the video. So bear with me as we continue to push the video as further as we can. So we continue with the back roads just to let you guys have a feel. So just to show you guys exactly where we came from. So there is exactly where we came from. We've just made a bend to this particular angle, so there is exactly where we came from, and I showed you guys this new construction project right there as we continue. So by now you guys must have definitely noticed that most of these roads are definitely not paved. So, and also taking a panoramic view from this particular angle, so you guys will definitely see the view from this particular side, as maybe some other time we'll find another time to get up close and personal with some of those areas right down there as we continue with the video. So thank you guys for coming along, and keep subscribing and sponsoring the channel, as you guys definitely know that without your support these videos will definitely not be able to get to you. So this is also another way that we are going to use, and we are finding the main highway, which is the Goderich highway, and we are at the Adonkia community, just to let you guys know where exactly we are. And of course these are all individuals' properties, as you guys are seeing it, as there are bakings, foundations all around this part. So I definitely hope that, check that building out right there, that by now you guys will definitely have gotten an idea or a feel of how exactly some of these communities that are located at the more hilly part, or the more hilly sections of the western part of the country. And I continue to say this, as most of these videos that we do of the exploration of these main roads, we only usually pan the camera trying to zoom in as much as we can to these hilly parts, but I think today's video will definitely give you guys a new perspective as to how things are at these hilly parts, or these hilly sides of the country, as you guys are definitely seeing it right here. But let me just take you guys back so you guys know exactly where we are. So there is exactly where we came from, just to let you guys know. Still using these back and unpaved roads all the way to this particular side as we continue with the video. So in recap, or in trying to explain exactly where we are at the Adonkia community, as you guys are seeing it, exploring these back roads and ultimately trying to find the main road or the main highway. But again, taking the view from this particular angle, just so you guys know, we've walked all the way from that particular side, and this is exactly where we are. But let me just pan the camera around so you guys will see exactly how it is at this particular area, as you guys are seeing it right there. And of course, still zooming in on those further sections of the Adonkia community and other areas such as Ogu Farm, the Hamilton section, the Mambo Mile 13, and other areas if possible, as we are here and we continue to push the video. So panning the camera again so you guys get the view of those further parts or those further sections located right there. So this is the route that we are going to take, and we are still trying to locate the main Goderich highway. So as just to let you guys know that, give you guys a hands-on view that most of these hilly parts, there are access roads, but they are narrow, unpaved, dusty. But I definitely know that, since, as you guys definitely tell, that most of these construction projects are still ongoing, and most of the inhabitants that are located at this particular areas have definitely not completed their projects yet. There is still a lot to do. So you guys will definitely see some of these roads that usually lead to these communities as we continue to make progress. So again, taking the view from this particular side, and we are going to walk all the way down that particular side, and of course head directly for the main highway as we continue to push the video further and further and further. So taking you guys back, so we know exactly where we came from. So there is exactly where we came from, and we've used that way and walked all the way to this particular part, and this is the next road that we are going to use. We are at the Adonkia section, if I'm not mistaken, because we've definitely left the Kailan section, or the Baoma side of the video, as this is exactly where we are. As you guys definitely noticed that I tripped and I had to catch my balance and continue. So this is the view from this particular angle, as you guys are seeing it. Let me just pan it around so we'll definitely see exactly where we are as we continue with the video. So again, taking you guys back, we came all the way from that side. I almost tripped right there as you guys are seeing it, as of course this is the new construction project, but still ongoing and almost completed. And of course that is a drainage, as you guys are seeing it. And of course this particular route, as you guys are seeing it, it is concrete, not tarred, but again, an example that some of these roads are usually individually paved by most of the inhabitants or most of the individuals that have construction projects around here, as we continue with the video. So still here as we continue to push further and further. So actually this is Coca Avenue, you guys are seeing it. So this is exactly where we are. We've walked all the way from that particular way right there, using the back roads as we continue to make progress or push the video. So this is actually Coca Avenue, and this, I definitely know that this is the route that we are going to use and try to locate the main highway as we continue with the video. So this is Nicholson Drive, Adonkia. It goes all the way down that particular side, and of course we'll take you guys back. So excuse me, there are different ways that usually leads to various sections of the Adonkia community, as I showed you guys that some of these access roads are plenty, and most of them are carved out and they are individually paved, but we are trying as much as we can in pushing the video as further as we can, still at the Adonkia community. And of course we have made our way to this particular main route that definitely leads to the more inner parts or the more inner sections of the Adonkia community as we continue to push the video further and further as we go along, and hopefully try to catch. So this is a bridge, and there is a huge waterway, and that is the bridge still here. But again, we'll stand here, just pan the camera around, try to take you guys back and show you guys exactly. So those are the further end or the other sections that maybe I was able to show it to you guys, or maybe we did pass them and did not show it to you guys. So I'll just try and zoom in and show you guys that we came from that particular avenue, and this is exactly where we are, just to let you guys know. And this is the other part or the other sections of the Adonkia community and other areas. And of course that is a sand truck delivering sand to some of these projects that are located at the more inner part or inner sections of the Adonkia community as we continue to make progress and trying to push the video as further and further as we can. So overall, I definitely know that you guys by now, or at this particular part, so taking you guys back just so you guys know exactly where we came from. There is exactly where we came from, and if we can pan the camera around just to show you guys exactly where we are as we continue with the video. So this particular main road will definitely take us to the junction, or this particular way intersects with the main Peninsula Highway, which is exactly where we will end this particular vlog. But I definitely know that this video has turned out differently from where exactly I had planned for it to end, as my initial destination was to end at that of the MMCET junction or the College Road junction, but we somehow deviated from that and ended up all the way to this particular College Road, or to this Adonkia side, or this Adonkia section of the of this particular community, but we are here as we continue to push the video as further as we can, and noticeably the unpaved roads continue all the way to this particular areas. And of course, in talking about essential services, of course, since when we started the video, you guys definitely saw the different ways or the different routes that some of the inhabitants that are at the Baoma side or the Baoma section of that particular area, some of the roads that would definitely lead them to the Mechkem junction. As immediately you make way for that particular area, there are a ton of other essential goods and services that are located. For instance, the Funkia market is not very far from that particular Mechkem market, and of course just a few walks from that particular area I showed you guys the last time, that particular very huge supermarket or mall where I think they sell both wholesale and retail essential products. But this is exactly where we are. We came from that particular side, and this is exactly where we are, still at the Adonkia community. And of course, this is exactly where we are. We have left the back roads or the unpaved section of the Adonkia community, and we are definitely making way now towards the main highway or the main road as we continue to explore and show you guys exactly how things are at this particular area. So I forgot to show you guys, this particular drive is Alfred Drive. It goes all the way to that particular area, Alfred Bowie Drive, just to let you guys know. And this is the Adunkyard cemetery, as you guys are seeing it. I think it starts from there, as you guys are seeing it. It goes all the way. If I can zoom in and show you guys where that new construction is, right there, it's exactly where it ends. And of course it goes all the way up to that particular main highway. But let me just show you exactly. So to show you guys, it starts from there, as you guys are seeing it. But one of the downsides is that it is not fenced, although it is fenced to that other side very high, but the fence at this particular side is very low. So this is the entrance to the cemetery, as you guys are seeing it right there. As we continue, so we are here as we continue to push the video, and ultimately ending at this main Goderich Peninsula Highway. But again, we'll stand here, just try and take you guys back so you guys know exactly where we came from. So this is exactly where we are. So we came all the way from that particular side, and I showed you guys Alfred Bowie Drive right there, as you guys are seeing it right there. And of course, where exactly the cemetery starts, right there is exactly where it starts. And of course the fence, the very low fence, continues all the way to this particular side, or excuse me, as we make progress. So this is exactly where we will end today's video, and I definitely hope that by now at least you guys have gotten an idea of exactly how things are in the more hilly parts or the more hilly sections of the western parts of this particular main peninsula highway. As of course these bikes, you guys already know that they usually take passengers to various areas around this particular area. So this is the drainage system as it is filled with dirt. I'll take you guys back so you guys know exactly. So there is exactly where we came from. That is the cemetery, as you guys are seeing it right there as we continue. And hopefully this is exactly where we'll end the video. So that is the video, and until I catch you guys again at the next one, this is the main Peninsula Highway, as you guys are seeing it, as this was the target of the end of this particular vlog. So thank you guys for coming along, and until I catch you guys again at the next one, peace.